Hello, thugs and Shani, our good twin. Welcome to the Miss Best Reviews channel. Let's welcome in James from the
Hey,
Watcher Reviews.
like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate every one of you.
We do. Apologies, you guys. I am a little bit ill, but that's okay. I have tea. So if my voice is crackly, my apologies. We're here to go over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's welcome in the chat. Welcome in Shani, happiest of hump days. And yes, you are the first one. I'm happy to see you. And I hope you're well. I hope your week is going good. Oh, these people got on my nerves. We ain't gonna be here long, y'all. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is failing, in my opinion, on MTV. They have got to do better. It's been the only time anything interesting happens is if like something seems to happen around race. Have you noticed that since it's come to MTV?
Girl, where have you been? Where the hell have you been? I've been saying this for I don't know how long. Yes, because that's what matters to MTV. I'm telling you, I hate them as a network. I do because I feel like this show is not in the least bit of interesting since they've taken it over. And all we have focused on is someone being called a monkey, someone being racist here, that's because that's all that matters there.
That's true.
Get on my nerves.
That's true. That's true. I actually think this show could revive itself if it would have been if they would just accept that they need to get rid of people. They need to get rid of some of the day ones, and then things could be there. Like Jock and Kendra shouldn't even be on this show no more, in my opinion. Carly Red, it's time to go. Yandy, Mendices, Rashida, they can go. Spice, they can all go. But that's, we're gonna talk about the episode. Shandy said, "All good over here, y'all." You know, I like being first. That's that Gemini energy. So we start the episode with Scrappy in the studio with a song that did sound good. I think one of the few things Scrappy is good at is music. So lean into that, Scrap, and go elsewhere. I'm sick of him too on the show. But apparently Scrappy and Spice had a #1 song. I did not know this. I do not listen to the radio. I'm a YouTuber, and that's about it in Spotify. So I did not know they had a song. I knew they had a song, but I didn't know like it went to #1 or anything like that. Spice's songs always oddly do well, but I never hear them on the radio. I don't be seeing music videos for them. It's never suggested to me anywhere. So I don't understand that. But, oh, we appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love to kick it with you as well. Something to do during the week. But Spice basically feels Scrappy in on the drama between Amy and Bambi. And Spice feels that no matter how it goes, Bambi is going to side-eye her, which is likely because Spice is still very good friends with Erica Mena, who called Spice a monkey. And I still side-eye Bambi for that because I'm not staying friends with nobody that's out here using racial slurs. I'm not doing it. But okay, Bambi, I guess your integrity is not that deep to you. But Scrappy actually made sense in this scene by telling Spice and suggesting that, after hearing about the drama, that she take Amy and Bambi off of the album. It made sense, but I also know he's coming from a place of spite because he dealt with them both, and now neither of them really want to deal with him. But it's what's the point of the beef? If all of the songs have been completed and performed, why take anything off of the album? Just put it out. I don't want Spice on this show no more, and I don't want Spice having control of no albums. If you say you're going to do a cast album, then be a professional, and every member on the cast should be on the album, regardless of your issue with them, because it's a cast album. If I'm going to buy an album that is supposed to be an album of the cast of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I expect every fucking cast member who does music or has a song to be on the album. And if that does not happen because of a woman that does not look good in blue insisting on wearing it, then I can't. So I don't understand it. James, how'd you feel about that little stupid scene?
I didn't feel any which way about him. I tell you, I didn't really pay attention to this episode like that because it's all the same. It's the same drama season after season after season. I'm just tired of them. Like, either we gonna get a new cast or they need to work harder to keep us entertained. That's all I'm going to say.
Y'all, I could not. She said, let all the cast members be on the album. That's how it should be if it's a damn cast album.
I'm
But
just saying because, and that's another thing that I have a gripe with Spice. It's like they're all musicians. All of them have had some either a EP or an album or at least streamed songs somewhere. So I don't understand why you are being selective. And that's why I say MTV, this has to be y'all. Because I don't believe
Yep.
this is Spice. I don't believe this is Spice at all. Because that doesn't make sense logically. It just doesn't. So this was a bad idea. It just really was.
It was. Thank you for saying that, because I think that's the most important thing you could have said. It just was not a good idea. It wasn't. Y'all, Yandy is still claiming everybody's trying to break her down and break up her marriage. She feels Mendeece's on what she learned from Erica Banks about Rashida basically keeping it from her, that she did know there was an altercation between Yandy and Jasmine, who is Kirk's baby mama. And Yandy's beef is that Rashida did not call her, it seems, to like check in and make sure everything was good or any of that. Now, Rashida should not have to apologize for Kirk's baby mama. However, if you knew about that, you could have checked on your friend to be like, yeah, girl, what's going on? Are you good? But Rashida is not a girl's girl. She never has been. She never will be. And that's just where it's going to be. She said, does anybody really care about her marriage? Ooh, Shanny.
No, because she don't care about her marriage. So why should we?
Preach. Y'all not giving nobody no passes today, and I'm here for it. Now, it's really annoying because Yandy says Rashida's wrong and makes excuses and lies. But Yandy, Rashida does exactly what you do, and that's probably why y'all became friends. I'm just saying. But Mendeece's, for some reason, suggest a couples trip. And they want to invite all the couples, including Bambi and her new boo. They also say they're going to invite the Frost. And in my opinion, this is a way for them to be relevant on the show, because I'm not inviting all the couples on this show on a couples trip, because most of these couples are a joke, haven't been together a long time. And if they have, they're being cheated on or cheating on each other left and right. So I'm like, okay. Right, Shanny, birds of a feather. Do you have anything to add on their little scene?
Nope.
Yep, I told y'all we're not going to be here long. We just not. It's like as the season progresses, James, I'm less and less entertained.
Same. I feel like they need to. I'm telling you, going to MTV was the worst thing they could have done because it's not even entertaining.
He said it. He's been saying it since the show came there. But we're gonna move on to discuss Jasmine Blue, the mistress of Kirk and baby mama of Kirk. She is still mad that she was exposed for being a gold digger, basically, in the Kirk and Rod meetup, because Kirk came with receipts. It was like, I send her money. Can I have $4,000? My car broke down. Well, shit. What kind of breakdown is that? $4,000 just because a car broke down. You must have you lost your engine, your transmission, and some other stuff all at once. Just buy a new car at that point, in my opinion. But that's clue number one that this girl was bullshitting. But she gets caught up, and Rod finds out like he's been supporting her son, her and Kirk's son. He's been there for him. He's been the father figure in Cannon's life. And it's kind of sad because it's like, if you didn't allow yourself to get pregnant by a man who was not available to you, then maybe your child could have more of a father figure. You literally chose to birth your child into a broken home. I don't understand it. But apparently she did not know about the meetup and all of these things. And she says that she believes that she could have been and should have been told about the meetup ahead of time from Rod, because Rod is someone who's a friend to her, helping her raise a son that don't even belong to him. And he knows that she's in a custody battle, even though I ain't seen not a damn lick or evidence of any of the court paperwork being filed, which is odd. But she says she's in a custody battle, and that Rod meeting with Kirk could jeopardize that. Why would him meeting with Kirk jeopardize your custody and child support battle if Kirk is truly doing and not doing the things that you are alleging of him? If that's the case, their meetup shouldn't have caused shit, but you lied and you got caught. So now you're impacted and you've been exposed. So she kind of low-key tries to disrespect Rod, and then he's like, you need to remember I own all your masters. pay for your life, pick up your child. And basically it seems like Rod is a sugar daddy, which I'm looking at him like, you a sucker. Why are you doing that, sir, for a woman that you're not even dating? She claims that she does not need him, and he's reminded her, you sure you want to say that? Because not only do I own your masters, I'm paying for your car, I'm doing all this. And she, she claims she don't need him, and they go their separate way. James, how do you feel about the foolery that was that?
I feel like, man, they blew up your spot. It's fine. Take it on, take the loss, because it was not believable by any instincts that you're not using the both of them. That's one thing. Rod, number two, you might as well let it out the bat that you and her are still fucking, because that's what it's giving. That energy gave that we are still messing around. We are still doing this. We still doing that from time to time. That's exactly what that energy gave. So I'm just like, you might as well just expose everything. If you're just going to expose all of this, like, I don't understand. Once again, this is what we get for giving MTV the time of day with our stuff. Once again,
James is tired of MTV.
Because,
go ahead.
Because here's the thing. It's like, I'd be like, yeah, I'm using the both of you because, one, you publicly humiliated me on national TV, and two, you had me share you with a whole nother woman. So absolutely, I'm using the both of y'all. It's a fair trade-off. That's how I would have handled it, but I'm different.
You have sense. Shandy said, oh, girl, she should have been nicer to Rod on the phone call talking bad shit. She should have. If that man is helping you raise a child that don't belong to him, and y'all not even dating, funding your music career, and helping you to have a lifestyle that's more lavish than you actually deserve, and you talking to him like that because you lied to him? No, Jasmine. She said she really fucked around and later found out. She did. She absolutely did. She absolutely did. Kurt gonna take that baby and Rod gonna take her home. Damn. I don't think they're really in court.
Them people ain't bit more in court than I'm sitting over here scratching off $1 million scratch off right now. Come on. Them people ain't in court. Kurt don't want that baby. This was for entertainment purposes only. I'm starting to get to a point where I need to see the damn DNA test at this point. I need to see. I need y'all to repost that so I can look at the evidence.
They full of it. Rashida lies, Kirk lies, everybody lies.
We all know
they
Rashida
still ain't apologized to K. Michelle.
So yeah.
Lord. Now we move on, y'all, to Carly trying on wedding dresses, even though she's already been married 2 separate times. Also, she waited too long to get married. Carly's face looks terrible. She should never have touched her face. It's sad. And her daughter's face is starting to look the same. Don't do mother-daughter plastic surgery. That's not a good look. It's just not. She mentions that Zell is friends with her ops. Carly, it's time for you to go. I'm not even going to waste this time to say anything further, but I'll give James the opportunity to offer.
Carly, you are old enough to order from the senior citizen menu at Denny's. You too old to be having ops at this point in life. You too old to be having ops. If they ain't at the nursing home playing checkers with you, you don't need to have no ops. The hell is you talking about? That woman ain't no damn op. That woman is that man's mother of his child. What are we talking about here? What are we really talking about here? Like, are you mad because she can do what you can't?
Not ain't she somebody great grandma?
Right. Like, what the hell? I'm so confused by when women say shit like this. How is the mother of this man's child woman an op?
It'll be interesting to see when this generation becomes seniors. I work for a city in the Bay Area with the senior population specifically. And it's like, you can kind of see like my seniors that are 89, 90, there's a noticeable difference compared to my seniors who are 55 to 60. Like, can you imagine when Carly Red and people like Erica Banks are in their 80s with them BBLs? Hell, if they make it there with that shit in their body. But
yeah.
Can you imagine like CNAs lifted up like somebody with a BBL and some big old rocked fake titties into the bariatric bed? Can you imagine?
No, they probably wouldn't be able to get out the bed after that shit done settled in them for so long and stuff. You know, y'all act like y'all didn't see K. Michelle's show.
I cannot, James. I just cannot. Now, y'all, we move on to Erica Banks. She's rehearsing for her tour. This is a very popular tour. It was on social media. I'm glad that Love and Hip Hop actually clarified some things. So the tour was with Gloss Up, and Chaotic's supposed to be on the tour as well. Allegedly, Gloss Up decided not to be on the tour for half of it or something like that. But Chaotic's there with Jasmine Blue, and Chaotic talked about he want to spin the block with Erica Banks. The ladies basically ask about he and Scrappy's issues. And I actually like how Chaotic moves. Like he's like, I'm not gonna talk to Scrap until he mans up. Which I could kind of agree, but it's like move on at some point. And Jasmine mentions a drama with Rod and Kirk and says that because of it, now Rod is not allowing her to release her music. Bitch, what you expect? You disrespected the money. If that man's funding your life, then respect him. Shut the hell up, especially if you're not dating him and he raising your son. Where's the gratefulness? How did you feel, James?
The same way you did. How you gonna get mad when this man told you he was gonna do exactly what he said he was gonna do? How are you mad at that? Instead of you just saying, okay, let's put our differences aside for just a second here. How can we make this work? Because one, if you two are gonna meet behind my back and talk about me and talk about what you do for me and everything, it's all warranted. At the end of the day, Kirk, this is your child. Yes, I need you at time from time. That's it. That's it. That's all. Rod, you're helping me professionally. I don't need you to get involved with my public affairs with the father of my child. I need you to leave that separate. Whatever biased opinion he has on me and whatever biased opinion you have on you, y'all keep that between y'all. Y'all don't need to involve me in that. That ain't none of my business. But I still need this music to happen, sir. So we need to get this going because me and you both have something to lose if it doesn't get out. Your investment and my talent. So therefore, let's keep this going. That's all she got to do. It is not, y'all. I don't understand how, and I only can be accountable because I'm Black. I don't understand how Black people are so disengaged from communication in the way that they are, and how we let our personal matters with people get in the way of our future endeavors. Because it's a very simple conversation. It's very easy to shut that down. Now, once again, I know you're like, James, it's a reality TV show. It don't work that way. I get it. But part of my opinion is to have real life circumstances and what I would do in the circumstance as I'm giving my opinion. And that's exactly how I would have handled that. But I'm different, y'all. I'm all about communication because there's not much you can do to ruffle my feathers. Me personally. Now, me on this show, I'm playing with y'all. Like when I say stuff get me mad, it really don't. But me as a person, it's hard to ruffle my feathers because especially if I understand where you're coming from, I'm not going to get upset. I'm just not. That's just not me. So, yeah.
Let me get into these comments. Because why does Shanny do this girl like that? James, can you read the comment? I'm not feeling well.
Yeah, she said, hey, yo, why her glue on her baby hairs are like 2 inches from her eyebrows? Is that young girl thing? Let me explain something to you, Shani. That is absolutely these young kids thing because I see it all the damn time. And I don't understand it either. I just think that it's really ridiculous. It looks very silly. And I don't understand who started this trend that is taking over the entire Black girl magic. Y'all need to put that shit away and stop doing it.
She said her baby hairs are glued 2 inches though from her eyebrows. Is that the young girl thing?
It absolutely is, and it's so ridiculous. It looks crazy. It does.
It does. Sometimes people get the baby hairs right with the wigs, but it's not cute. She's trying to make it a thing. I don't understand it. And she said, don't she put Rod in the business because she be telling Kirk that another man is raising his son. Mm-hmm. She's stupid.
She's stupid. When I tell you them two would be so far apart in collecting data, it would be like it wouldn't nothing add up for them.
Why do they even have each other's numbers?
That's weird. They can have each other's numbers. They can be in constant communication. When I tell you things would be so separate between those two with me, they wouldn't be able to collect those. They wouldn't be able to say, well, James didn't tell me that. They would be confused. Mm-hmm. And by the time they try to figure it out, they've been exhausted from the shit. She don't know how to play the game. She don't. With men like Kirk and Rod, you got to play them for the bigger fools that they trying to play you. And when I tell you they would be paying for such opposite shit, It would just be, yeah. And I'm just saying, that's just me. But once again, Jasmine is not the smartest. So, we'll just leave that at that.
Never think that a woman's intelligent when she has a baby with a man that's married publicly. It's impossible for her to be smart, in my opinion. But okay, y'all.
No, she could have came back from that. She could have came back from that. She really could have. She could, and I felt like that's where she was going, but somewhere down the line, she took a wrong turn. So I don't know what happened, and I don't really care enough to dissect that. But no, she could have bounced back from that. She really could have, but she's just not smart.
Y'all, Carly and her funny looking husband, they go on a date where they throwing paint and playing with colors that actually looked kind of fun. And I don't care, y'all. He's funny looking. He's funny looking. I don't understand it. He almost looks like Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants, except he's a little thinner. That's my opinion. But not Carly Patrick. And the husband, what were you going to say, Jay?
That's it, not Patrick.
He does, like in the face, just like he's here, but he's confused.
What's funny is I was on Ladies First panel, and they were saying Stephen from Married to Medicine, Dr. Mimi's husband, looked like Squidward, and I was like, and now I can't unsee it. So
he's not
said
cute.
Patrick, huh?
He's not cute.
Yeah, so when you said Patrick, I immediately thought of that comment. I'm like, why are we comparing people to SpongeBob SquarePants characters, y'all? I can't this year.
Sometimes people look like starfish and octopuses. Hell, what can we do? With Carly and her funny looking ass husband, they go on a date, and she mentions how he is not going to be allowed to have a bachelor party unless she is the one to plan it. What kind of stupid look? My husband commented in the back. What kind of stupid shit is that? The point, for those who don't know, of a bachelor and the bachelorette party is to have essentially the idea behind it one last night of being single, because once you get married, that's it. Now, does that mean that you should go share in your private parts with a bunch of people night before your wedding or one last night? No, but it's your last night of being single, meaning I should have no involvement with oh so best bachelor party. Now, that ain't happening. We've been married for like 12, 13 years, but still, I should not be involved in planning his bachelor party. And he should not be involved in what happens at my bachelorette party. If he wants strippers, have some strippers. Just make sure that you do not enter any of the holes that belong to that stripper. And we good. If you want to go get pissed drunk, fine. The way me and my husband party, though, our bachelor party would have to be 2 days before the wedding, because otherwise we won't make it. But discuss like your boundaries, which you should already have established if you're about to get married as a couple, and then let that shit be. Because why you marrying somebody that you don't trust so much that you got to plan their party? Carly
is given she know what she got, and she don't want it to get into the hands of somebody else. So that means he's not that smooth as you think he is, and his eyes wander a little bit more than they should. So I feel like for her to say that means that something has already happened.
Well, we know that something's happened based on how they get, Shanny repeated it, and none of your parts end up in her mouth. And that's why I say every hole. I don't want your dick near her earlobe. I don't want it near her forehead. I don't want her lips near your lips. Stay away from all holes.
I thank God I don't have to deal with any of that.
Listen, if you have to deal with the concern for your spouse, because men have holes too. This applies to same-sex relationships. If you have to worry about your spouse and what they will do at a bachelorette party, I don't care if it's a same-sex marriage, transgender marriage.
Neither one of us are having a bachelor party, so we ain't got to worry about that. We going straight up to the wedding.
That's just what I want.
Yeah, we ain't got to do all that. Because he said he don't want to do one. I don't want to do one. So there we go. We just going straight up there to the altar.
Now, you know what it is? Carly knows that she, as James likes to say, can eat off the senior citizens menu at Denny's. And that's probably why she feel like she got to watch him, because she could be that man's grandmother probably. I'm just saying.
I'm just
But
saying.
she basically has to convince her soon-to-be husband to go on a couples trip with her. I'll be damned. Now, I'm not going to lie. There's some friends I have that oh so best. If I say, babe, let's go on a couples trip, he going to give me the strongest hell no that could ever exist. I'm not going to lie. There are some friends that he just would be like, absolutely not. But you shouldn't have to convince your spouse to go on a couples trip. It's like, what are you hiding, Mr. T. Low? But he claims that they need to work on trust issues because she don't trust him. But it didn't seem like it was that important to him. It gave, I need you to work on your trust issues because I can't move around and have my wandering eye and share my penis like it belongs to the community the way I want to. That's how he said it, in my opinion. But she also made an awkward comment at the end of this bullshit ass scene talking about if he has a bachelorette party, they want to get to the point of trust where if he has sex with another woman in the office, that he feels comfortable enough to come tell her. And once he tells her he slept with somebody else in the office, she could be like, okay. So is this like an open relationship, open marriage? Did you catch that, James?
I 100% caught that. And to me, that's why I said it seems like something has already happened. So why would you? So what are you trying to control now? If it's already didn't happen, or if you already put it in perspective to happen, then what do you need to control then?
Shetty's reaction. What?
Yeah, she said it. Go back and watch the episode. She said it exactly that way. And it was like, okay, so it's given something has already happened. So if it already happened, then what the hell are you worried about then? Because you allowed it to happen, right? Or am I tripping?
Craziness. Carly, you need to leave the show. We're never going to take your relationship seriously because of the shit that you do. Look what you do. Look how you act.
It's like, okay, it's like saying, I know a man gonna be a man, so let me aid him. It's like, that's what she's giving me. It's like, I know a man gonna be a man, so let me aid him. No, that's unacceptable. You are married now. So if that's what you wanted to do, then we're not supposed to be married. Because the married is we, meaning you and I, nobody else. So
because if I say something like that to my husband, I genuinely feel like he would respond, well, I'm not gonna be fucking nobody in my office. What the hell? Like,
right.
If a man loves you, I feel like they would reassure you if you make a comment like that. Do you know what I mean, James?
I wouldn't even be so foolish enough to make a comment like that. Like that would be that's the furthest thing from my mind. Like that's not even in my mind to even think like that. If we go into the office, okay, what pictures and what paint we hanging up? That's what's going to go through my mind. Not okay, well, if you got little skis that's going, drop her little ass up in here, make sure you go into this specific corner and do it. No, that's not going to happen like that. I'm sorry. So that's what leads me to believe something has already happened, but because his money is long, she's going to shut the hell up and just take it.
Yeah, and that's kind of weak. And I'm also thinking your picture ain't in the office. I mean, I got my husband's picture up in mine. I'm just saying. So I don't know.
I don't have no office to put my picture in me, but
if you did, would it be there?
Huh?
If you did, would it be there?
Absolutely, it would be.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be nothing but pictures of him because I like looking at him. So that's why
some fields of work, people don't have offices, which is understandable. Unfortunately, I do a lot of documenting, so we have cubicles, offices, all of that. But if you did have one, or if you had your own space, you would stunt your boo.
It would be when I tell you there'd be a picture in all four corners of my cubicle of either him or me or us. It's going to be all over the place. But I just at this time of day I don't have it, so it's on my phone, and my phone's always on like the little desk on my little part. And every time I get text message, his picture show up. Everybody's like, "Oh, y'all look so cute."
Yeah, so I put pictures up. Now everybody be coming to my desk and looking at it and shit. And somebody said, "How come you have a picture of him right to the left of you and right in front of your computer?" I said, because when you people get on my nerves, I look at his picture and remind myself what the fuck I'm working for. They looked at me. I sure did. It's a reminder.
If I tell you, it's a reminder that that man depended on me the same way I depend on him. Yes, I got to look at that picture. I got to make sure before I cuss one of y'all out. Let me look at him. What would Gio do? Gio would just say, "You know what? Just grin it and bear it, baby. It's gonna be okay." That's what he tells me every time.
to me and James for finding better halves that truly are the better halves, because I feel like both of our better halves are a little like calmer.
Absolutely
Than we
calm, just
are.
so balanced, just so they let their anger out in different ways. I let mine out right when you see it. So when I tell you, yes, thank heaven, thank God, thank
But Carly is
everybody
crazy.
involved.
She's crazy. We're gonna leave it there. She is crazy. And that's it. We know she's crazy though. Spice opens up Garcia Noir. That's her clothing line that she wears often. The clothes are not ugly. I hope that they're affordable. They're not ugly clothes. Her clothes look better and more durable than anything Rashida has ever sold. So I will say that. Apparently, Christina Nova and Ashley are there. We have not seen International Nova at all since, and I'm not interested in his wife enough for her to be there. But she kind of comes in and immediately asks about marriage, didn't introduce herself or nothing. And this is where Ashley talks about how she misses Zane. And she states that Zane's manager apparently confirmed that Carly was given a key or gave a key to Zane and something with the hotel, but we know nothing happened with that. And I'm like, why are you saying something now? Carly has a man. She don't want Zane. She doesn't. So Ashley, stop reaching and find another storyline. We're sick of you. Other updates we get, apparently Rashida is back on the album, the cast album, and Spice is going to take Bambi off. Listen, Bambi can't rap to save her life, but she's a better rapper than Rashida. But okay, put Rashida on the album, I suppose. Now, Sierra comes in, and I'm going to put Shani's, Shani, so sweet, the words of Kitty from South Park. I cannot. Shani's comment covers pretty much what I wrote in my notes about Sierra coming in late and Spice trying to act mad at her. And Sierra did a really good job. She used that the charisma that Geminis are blessed with to calm Spice the fuck down. Be glad I showed up, bitch. Getting mad at people for being late to their events when you come in people's events and tear them up like Jessica and can't offer an apology. Shut up, Spice. But Sierra's husband does look weird. He does look like a throwback from the 90s, a reject from the group Onyx. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. He do look like he could have been in that group. I cannot stand you. And they all got bald heads. I cannot. Shani, that was accurate. But her man looks slow to me. It looked like something wrong with him. He need a little help. But I guess that's who Sierra wants to be.
To me.
You said what?
They're equally yoked. It's fine.
Yeah, she don't even know how to talk, so I agree. If she couldn't do hair and cook, I don't know. But we move on, y'all. James, did you want to add anything to those little updates or?
No, we can move on.
We move on, y'all, to Erica Banks and Gloss Up, a rapper's tour. I was at first wondering, I was like, why Erica had mentioned that this tour was supposed to be a joint venture that didn't go the way it was supposed to go. Not just got out of jail rocking clothes from 95. Wait, Shandy. Oh, Jesus, because it was accurate. Sierra's husband, who she's talking about, y'all, he was in there with bagged clothes, looking confused, standing behind him. He didn't even know to mingle with the men and let the girls gossip. He was looking lost. But Erica's tour happens. Chaotic's opening up on the tour. Gloss Up's only doing half of the tour. We're going to keep it moving because not much happened there. Wish them success. Bambi and Zell Swag meet up. And both of them looked a damn fool. James, did you agree or did you not agree?
I mean, I couldn't agree more. What in the hell? Okay.
I was lost.
I was so confused.
I mean, I was really lost, James. I don't know. I was lost. But okay. They swear they're fashionistas. Nope. Now, Zell tells Bambi she was taking off the cast album and not standing there quiet holding the bag. Sure was. And this is where Bambi's immediate reaction is like, I don't care. And I think everyone is sick of Spice, but I did agree with Bambi when she said that everyone acts afraid of Spice, like they would rather just not argue with her because Spice does too much. And that's the thing that people don't see. When you react too much or overly animated, eventually people stop caring and just avoid you altogether. And I think that's what Bambi's done with Spice. But Bambi says she's happy with her new man, who we know she's now engaged to. She says that she's celibate and wants him to be on the cash trip. But if he comes on the cash trip, she does not want to share a room with him. Let me tell y'all, this must be the reason they got engaged so fast. That man wants some cutty. Because they got engaged quick. They wasn't even together like a year. So I don't know.
I can't talk to that, so I'm just going to stay quiet.
I mean, you can stay quiet, but this is a person is different from situations that you may be familiar with. They dated long distance. They're both extremely busy, bi-coastal. Then she got her kids. So it's like, where do you find the time to really get to know each other to that point of marriage so soon? And she just got divorced. She literally just got divorced. So it seems a little fast, but I will say it does seem genuine. She seems genuinely happy.
I feel like she knew him before.
She said that.
I don't remember her saying that. Thank you for confirming. Because I felt like, yeah, their chemistry is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't seem like it's a new energy. It seems like it's something where it's common and comfortable for them. So, yeah.
I agree with this comment. He's not getting the milk for free. Good.
As he shouldn't. Nobody should be getting that for free. There has to be work. And that's the thing about, I think, these new relationships and why they don't last is because no one's willing to really put in the work to really build the bond between people. And another thing is people don't want to admit that some people are not meant to be together. So when you don't build the foundation to really understand that and then also form to that, then that's why we end up having so many relationships that don't withstand it. Then when things really get tough, then I want to say, I want out because it's too tough. I can't handle it. It's like, it's going to be tough. That's the whole point of the relationship. It's going to be tough. It's going to have moments to where it seems like it's impossible. But you kind of have to turn things around because impossible is saying, I am possible. I can get through this. But y'all don't listen to that. That's why I'm just like, she's doing it the right way. I just hope the man really is right for her because I can't tell yet.
Yeah, I agree. James be giving a word. Y'all. One day, I'm gonna see if I could talk James and Shayna into doing like a relationship panel because we all have very different situations, good amounts of life experience, and very different perspectives. Because I be enjoying everything you be saying. I think I'm gonna put that together sometime next month. Be prepared, James.
All right, but make sure you realize that I ain't gonna be available all of next month. So, and you know why?
Oh no, just tell me. I'll work with you on a date.
Yes, please.
I have a trip, several events, so I'm gonna have to find a way to slide it in. But
yes, you know, I have family coming to town because this one is turning 35 next month.
I know.
Yes, so it's going to be a busy month for me. Y'all
well,
still
you never know. It's only the 19th. I might do it this month.
Oh, I hope you do because that sounds exciting.
Let's do it. Let's plan something because you got something to say, and I think people could hear it. I'm not just saying that because I'm your friend. I actually like what you have to say. Bam said he not getting the milk for free. I guess she's gonna learn from Scrappy. I wish more people would do this, and this shows the difference from women Bambi and Carly's age because Bambi's way up there in age. So once you get to a certain point in age, you have to learn from your mistakes. So hey, get it done. Shetty said, "Okay, youngin," to James. Oh, that's crazy. I just realized you're my husband's age. He's turning 35 this year too. Huh? I thought you were 35, James.
Don't be putting that age on me like that.
Nothing wrong with it. Hell. He said
no. I go back and forth with thinking, damn, I'm really this, middle-aged person. I'm not middle-aged, but like mid-30s kind of youngin. And I'm just like, man, I have really lived. And still got a whole bunch more living to go.
You still can. Your 30s, your 20s are confusing. Seems like your 30s is where you kind of get your shit together, figure yourself out. And I'm hoping that our 40s will be joy.
I'm hoping
Shani's
my
well over.
40s is fruitful and desirable, and I'm hoping that I don't have to go through this poverty phase anymore.
Preach, preach. Shani said, I'm well over 35. Hey, you still fun. You funner than some 35-year-olds I know, Shani. Shit. Way funny. She said, watch your mouth with that middle age. Oh, Lord. I cannot. I'm cracking up. We're going to move to the last scene of the show. Rod is towing Jasmine's Model 3 Tesla, which I'd like to remind everybody is the cheapest model they have. My husband actually worked for the Tesla factory for almost 10 years. So he used to tell me little tidbits, and I'm like, okay, just because somebody has a Tesla doesn't mean that they have money like that. If your credit's good, you could get whatever you want, number one. Number two, the Model 3 Tesla, that and an Acura, a Honda, something like that, you ain't gonna pay too much. The price
It's not that much difference in price. It really isn't when you
like
really think about
35,000,
it.
I believe.
Yes, a Honda is 35,000 as well. I
Yes.
think it's about priorities of what you need. I'm not interested in Tesla, especially because of the founder. So I won't be buying one personally.
Separate from the founder, if you talk to any Tesla owner, unless there's somebody with money and multiple cars, they're gonna have several complaints. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think I'm ready to give up until the world runs out of gasoline. I don't think I'm ready to get. I was just telling my fiance, I was like, I don't think I'm ready to really give up gas as the formidable use of vehicle that I drive.
That's fair. I always say I wouldn't either. That's why it's good for me and you to be in a relationship, because I will ride around in a gas-driven car, but still want to have an electric car just to have one. But I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, he may not like that. I'd have my husband drive the electric car. I prefer
right, because you'd be scared. Listen, I had not this car that I had a car. When I first got the push button thing, I had a car before the Camaro that had the push button thing. And I'm like, what happens when you run out of gas? Does it know that it doesn't have gas, so it doesn't make any sound? Because that sound terrifies me when the car doesn't have gas. And sure enough, I ran out of gas one time, which never happens to me. But for some reason, I was having one of those days. And when I tell you, it scared the hell out of me. So I know to put gas in the car. I'm not going to know what an electric car does when I run out of power. So that's probably going to terrify me even more.
It dies like a phone, James. It dies like a phone.
And I don't want to be stranded like that.
I ain't got time for it. But he's towing her Model 3 Tesla, and I want Jasmine to explain why you needed $4,000 for car repairs and you drive an electric vehicle. I would love a brand new one at that. I would love you to explain that. But she's a dumb gold digger, because why, if you're going to be finessing men to pay for your life and your lifestyle, why wouldn't you have them put the car in your name? The car was clearly in his name if he has the ability to tow it. Because just because someone's making the payments on your car, if the car's in your name and someone else is making the payments, they cannot come tow your car. You are the legal owner. So it just told me she didn't get the car in her name. Another mistake by Jasmine. And Rod reminded her that he pays for everything. He reminded her that he's the one that's always consistently been there for her son. And then he called her a Crayola-faced ass bitch. I don't laugh, husband.
I said, wow.
I tried to hold it.
I said, wow. Oh, that's a new one. I've never heard of such a thing. And when I tell you, it took everything in me not to laugh, but I did
when you
anyway.
wear so much makeup, I don't think women realize it does start to look like when you drew a beautiful picture or colored something with crayon. It does. I mean, hell, makeup half the time is just colored pencils that's safe for our face, is it not?
I said, whoa. But it's still, that was a good one.
He got her. She said, you still wanted this Crayola-faced ass bitch. Girl.
I'm sure he did. And like a fool, you gave it to him. So, I mean, hey, he still
and you didn't get the car in your name.
Yeah.
So say what you
want. Y'all ain't learn anything from Portia, because Simon couldn't get his Rolls Royce towed away or repossessed. She's still driving the shit to this day.
She
So,
is.
yeah. So obviously, if the shit is in your name, they can't do nothing. That's why I said,
Right.
ladies, if men are buying you a car, go right up to the title office and have them switch that immediately.
Stupid. Or he can just buy the car in your name. Shani is funny. She was still talking bad shit. Call an Uber, Jazz. Right. Call an Uber. In the words of Baby Powder from How High, pay that shit. Jasmine is so dumb. She thought she had a flex, but it's like, you talking about he wanted you, but at least he can want you and move on because you need him. He don't need you, Jasmine. So that's pretty much the episode, y'all. We do see the cast on the way to Cabo, which we know will be a mess. I'd like to give James an opportunity to add anything that you felt you weren't able to say. Or
No, I've said everything I need to say on this episode. It was okay.
Lord, y'all. We'll see what happens next week with this trip. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's doing a terrible job this season. But we'll be back next week to cover it. I'd like to remind everybody the link to James's channel is in the description of this video. You can also get to his channel easily by the playlist that we have on my page. We will be going over to do Housewives of Beverly Hills now. Not copping, please, later. But we appreciate everyone. Shout out to our replay gang. Love and light to you all. And we will see you on the next one.
See you next
Adios.
one. Bye.